It's time to talk state championships. It seems like August was just here yesterday, and now we're in the state finals. High school football state finals. It's a special time of the year. Two of my favorite days of the year, the high school football state championships and the high school basketball state championships. A lot of states do their thing, but I really think the North Carolina High School Athletic Association does a phenomenal job with basketball and football. And this is one of the very best days of the year. We have 5 observer area teams in state finals among the 8 total state finals. I'm not a big fan of subdividing. I like just having 4 state champions. I wish we had 6 in 6 classes, but you know we have 8, and this is what we have. And let's get right into it. Monroe is going to the state finals for the first time since when?
89.
Wow.
Johnny Soule's coach. He was an assistant coach on that 89 team.
Man, I was 1 year out of college in 89. That's a long time ago.
I'm not going to tell you how old I was when it was 89.
You were a baby, weren't you?
I was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Make me feel old.
I'm 47. He's 2. All right. Because they're going to get it done.
I think they can.
Yeah.
I think they can on this one. They've got High Point Andrews.
Yeah, yeah.
Another very good team. They were, I believe, top seed, or one of the top seeds within their bracket.
Yeah.
Could be an interesting game. Could be.
Monroe's been tested, though. They played, you know, the Weddingtons and the Country Days of the world. And how about private school football? You know, Country Day beat Monroe, and Monroe's in the state final, and Albemarle's in the semifinal. They lost to Davidson Day. I mean, it just says, you know, people say private school football isn't that good, and yet year in, year out, they go out and beat, you know, these powerhouse teams, and it makes it hard for teams to play them. I mean, Country Day a couple years ago beat Crest and Northwestern. So, I mean, they, you know, the private school ball is good. But today's talking about public schools. Shelby is in the finals again. They used to run the ball all the time, and now they have a quarterback throwing for 3,000 yards, and they're back in the finals for going for a 12th state title, which is second in state history behind Reidsville. Are they going to get it playing against Southwest Onslow?
That one could be another interesting game. I think Shelby could win this one.
Corey, I've been writing all year that Shelby, they took their losses against older, bigger teams. We talked about how they lost to South Point in a close game, how they lost to Reynolds in a close game, and I said on here and in the paper that when they started playing the guys their size, they're going to be big bullies.
Right. And that's what I think. I mean, that's why I think they've gotten to this point, and that's why I kind of give them an edge in the championship game. They've had that hard game experience. I think they're going to win that game.
There's 2 teams that I know are going to win Saturday, and I think we all agree on one of them, but the other team is Shelby. I'm telling you, there's 2 teams from Charlotte area I know are going to win on Saturday.
I'd rather see a team take their lumps like that at the beginning of the season.
One of them is Shelby. And coaches, play those tough games early in the year. I mean, Catholic did it, helped them. I love when you play the tough teams and don't play all the cupcakes early in the year. Crest going back to the state finals. How many? They're Cleveland County as well. Now, how many times?
That's two Cleveland County teams for the 4th time since 1994.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I remember Crest was in the Charlotte Conference back in the day, and Crest won the '94 state title, and West Charlotte won '95, and then Crest won '96. So you know, Crest has a phenomenal history of success, and you know, Coach Barnes has been saying all year, this was the year to get us.
Right.
We're young this year, you know, and South Point got on week 1, and nobody else since. What does that mean for Saturday and next year?
That means next year they're going to be a scary team to watch. I mean, that's going to be a really talented team. If this was the year to get them and they've had this much success, I can only imagine what's going to happen.
So Sweet 16 next year is like Crest and Butler and Mallard Creek, all those.
Yeah, Butler's one of those teams that, you know, if
Charlotte Christian and somewhere.
Butler's having, you know, their rebuilding year, they made it to a regional championship. So who knows what they can do next year?
Yeah, they're gonna, and they'll have a really, they'll have something to remember all summer long.
Yes, they will.
56-14. I think they'll remember that all summer long. And then, you know, I don't know, Coach Palmieri, I don't know about having no starters in late in the game.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, Lawrence Pittman, we'll get to Malik Creek. Concord in the state finals for the 2nd straight year. They're 15-0 and they're unbeaten. Another team that, you know, is doing it different ways. Last year they threw it. You know, had a 6'7" quarterback, and this year they got a 6'1" running back who's running over everybody. Rocky Reed.
He's running over Rocky Reed. He's just running over everybody. He's got the county rushing record now.
If Elijah Hood was not playing, I mean, we'd be talking about Rocky Reed like
easily,
easily. Yeah.
But and it's a rematch this year.
Yes.
They've got Havelock again.
Yeah.
Havelock beat up on them pretty good in the last year's state final.
They did. It was close early, and they got away quick.
Got away quick. A lot of the players on Concord's team this year played in that game last year, and they kind of had that in the back of them. Yeah. You know,
I bet there's something in the locker room, a game clip or a score. Right. I guarantee you that there's a Glenn Padgett, the coach, there.
Glenn wouldn't necessarily talk about that, but you can kind of see it in the way he's kind of trying to dodge back. They've been thinking about this
There's something there. I mean, I remember Coach Padgett at North Meck. He's a fiery guy, competitor, and you know, congratulations to you for getting those guys back to the state championship game. And just amazing what they've been able to do. It was what used to be a basketball school to get them to 2 straight state championships in football. Should be a great game. I think it'll be much closer this year. Now to the game everybody's talking about. is there any way that Mallard Creek is going to lose to Wake Forest in the championship game?
Not from what I've seen. And we've been saying this all year. We didn't see anybody that was going to beat Mallard Creek, and especially I saw them against Catholic, then I saw them last week against Butler, and the way they played against Butler, a good Butler team.
Yeah.
I mean, they dominated. That defense is flying around. I mean, they put pressure on Ratliff. Benny LeMay had 26 yards, and one of those runs was a 21-yarder. I mean, they just were all over the place. And that doesn't even take away from what Pittman did. I mean, 300-some yards. They've got Jalen Samuels, who's another weapon that they didn't even really use that much there.
It just goes on.
It's just, I don't see, I mean, I don't see a team that can beat that.
Too big, too strong, too quick. The interesting thing I noticed about Mallard Creek is since 2000, we've only had two. We had a bunch of state championships for Charlotte, but only two in the biggest class, which is Independence and Butler. And they both won kind of the same way. They threw the ball all over the yard. Mallard Creek used to throw the ball all over the yard. And I really honestly believe 2 years ago when they were up 27-0 at Page and lost 41-27, if the offensive coordinator, Aaron Brand, who's a great head coach in his own right, had run the ball the way he's running the ball right now, Mallard Creek would be talking about winning a second state title in 3 years. Congratulations to Coach Brand for being able to change and adapt and understand that I have a different team. I need to win this way when I might want to throw the ball all over the yard. They're big. They're strong. They have phenomenal running backs. Jalen Samuels, he's a player of the year candidate. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, he's got 9,000 touchdowns in 9,000 different ways. And this guy, Lawrence Pittman, comes out of nowhere. I mean, and Palmieri only runs these guys like 10 times a game. Right. And all of a sudden he turns the guy loose and the guy goes for 300 yards.
Yeah, that's what's great. We always talk about Jalen Samuels being the guy, but then you've got this other guy that all of a sudden in a regional championship
they only give him the ball 10 times a game because they're winning 50-0.
Right.
But the other day he turned the bull loose. And Mallard Creek's good. I mean, congratulations getting to the state championship game. And I know Roseville had a really tough time last time they met a Mecklenburg County team in the state finals, didn't score. It's going to be hard for you guys to score again this week. I think Mallard Creek's going to win big, and I think Coach Palmieri's going to get it done. And next year, the JV was super strong. They got a bunch of kids on the bench. Mallard Creek football is here to stay. Butler football is going to be phenomenal next year. The rivalry between those two is going to be Independence, Butler, circa the mid-90s. I think it's really going to be big, and these games are going to have to move. And Mecklenburg County High School football just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And it's just great to watch. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be kind of scary to see what some of these teams come up with.
Huff up in your area.
Huff.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible, and just enjoy this season. Can't wait the next season, and we'll be back to talk basketball in the next couple of videos. And thanks for watching.